Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Driveables of the Commonwealth Semi-Trucks mod, which is being released by user blah blah d blah blah, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a series of 2 fun new semi-trucks that you can actually drive around the Commonwealth and customize to your heart's content, including the addition of a pod/capsule thing that serves as a player home that will be with you wherever you drive your brand new truck. And I love this mod. It is a wonderful addition to the game, and thankfully pretty easy to get started. Once you do install the mod, you will be given a quest to go collect a couple of auto mechanic books, and that quest will take you to the Wicked Shipping Fleet lockup, as well as the National Guard training yard, and then a little platform somewhere over here in the water where you'll collect the 4 books, as well as some scattered about auto parts, which will be something you'll want to remember to look for. And once you have those, you just need to go to any settlement and head into your workshop menu, where you'll have a new category at the very end for a small addition, Driveable trucks. And then just head into there and you will have a lovely selection of new things to build. The first one is very important, that is the Mechanics Toolbox, and this is what allows you to build all of the various modifications for your inevitable truck. So we'll just pop this right here. We then have 2 different trucks we can build. One is a truck that will hold the Capsule, and the other is a truck that will hold a pod. Let's just build both of them over here for right now. We'll really only be messing around with one, but just so you can see the difference between them in a little bit. So there we go, our 2 lovely trucks. Now beyond that, we also have a variety of small truck guards. Now these are small defensive robots that, as you can see up at the top there, you can only have 3 of at any point in time, but what these little guys will do is follow around your truck and defend it with their little robotic lives. And yeah, they are pretty cool, just a variety of different robots, just with different kinds of tracks and treads, etc. and also weaponry that they shoot. And overall, they're quite useful little things, and as I did say, you can only have 3 active at a time, but you know what, they are actually pretty fun little things. I especially love this one just because it looks like a tiny little tank, and that is wonderful. So yes, that is the basics there. So let's exit out of the workshop mode, and pretty much everything from here on out is done from the toolbox. Though first, let's actually jump into one of these trucks so you can see that they are, in fact, drivable. So let's just go here, and as you can see, we have 2 options, either one for ride or the other is do stuff. We'll get to do stuff in a moment. So let's just ride the Capsule truck. We'll go into a loading sequence here, and then bam, here we are in our lovely new truck, which we can freaking drive if, you know, dog meat wasn't in front of me getting in my way. Now, unfortunately, there is no sound for it at the moment. Hopefully that will get added in the future. And as you can see, the little robot guys are trying to follow me to defend my new truck here with their lives, which is a wonderful thing, though they aren't entirely necessary, as you may notice the little odd barrel thing up at the top, and notice that there's a Gatling gun in it. Yes, folks, we have a Gatling gun we can shoot. If I hold down the fire button, it will in fact fire, though from third person it's not exactly the most useful thing, but if you go into first person view, you can control it just like you would from a vertibird, and, you know, just wreak havoc upon the countryside. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now, when you're in third-person mode, that is far easier to drive, but not quite good for shooting. But still, it is effective enough, at least. But let's get back out of the truck now. And yes, the somewhat awkward animation, but it is functional. And there we are. We are out of our truck now. And so, let's head first to our toolbox here. Now this is a workbench where you can build various items at. Now the first category here is antenna, and what these antenna will do is make a marker on your Pip-Boy map. And you'll notice that we have two different ones here, one specifically for the capsule truck, the other specifically for the pod truck. And we have that distinction between the two on a number of these different modifications, but most of them can go on either or. It's really just anything, I was about to say aesthetic, but no, there are a lot of aesthetic parts that can go on either or, so, there's just a few things that have the differentiator between the two. Let's build one for the capsule truck, though. There we go. Lovely. The next is the barrel tanks, and these are just aesthetic fuel tanks, though as you can see, they do add a little bit of damage resistance to the truck, and you can either build them in red or metal, and build one for the right or left-hand side. Let's build some red ones, because, hey, who doesn't like red? And then we have bumpers, a number of different bumpers, and for these, as well as the tanks we were just in, it doesn't matter which truck you do have, but as you can see, we have a cow catcher, a pronged, a short metal, short rusted metal, tall metal 1, and tall metal 2. My personal favorite is the cow catcher. It's just entertaining, so let's build ourselves one of those. And then we have wraps that'll go around the top of the cab, basically to protect you as you're driving. And we have a grate, a green metal thing, a mesh, metal, metal 2, and metal 3. Just whichever you do like. I personally like the grating. And as you can see, it is just various additions of armor for the truck. I'll go with the, actually, let's go for the mesh one. I haven't actually played with that one yet. And then we have the capsule. Now this is specifically for the capsule truck, and this is the player home for the capsule truck. It puts one of those weird little capsule pods out there that you find in the world onto the back of the semi-truck that you can then enter and use as a player home. Now we have three different versions, either the standard sort of white and orange capsule, a blue one, and a weathered blue. Let's just build the standard one for now for the capsule truck. And then we move down to the dashboard ornaments, which, you know, who doesn't want a teddy bear or a tree on their dashboard? Or, of course, a sentry bot. Purely aesthetic, but all fun. Let's build a little tiny tree. There we go. Now, next up, we have engine upgrades, and there are a good few of these, which are beautiful. We can, you know, make the engine just increase in speed. We can make a heat engine, which, you know, cryo resistance, always fun and useful. A hot engine upgrade, which actually gives you a flame patch, so you can actually shoot flames out of the car, or the truck rather, to defend yourself. A rad engine, which will create a cloud of radiation to defend yourself, and then a rad engine upgrade, all very fun. I'm gonna go with the fire one because, well, it's awesome. So let's just add that. And then move down to the truck guard deployments, and these are quite fun. These are deployables that add to your defense. The first one here is a dog caller, I guess? It's a horn that will actually call local stray dogs to your aid. Basically, a couple of stray dogs in armor will spawn to help fight off any people trying to kill you. It's entertaining. The next one are truck guard deployment systems, which will deploy little robots. And it'll deploy a couple of them, and again for defensive purposes, and eventually either the horn or the truck guard here, it will disappear eventually, and you'll have to wait a while before you can use it again. Let's actually get the dog horn one, because that's entertaining. And then on to the gun, where we can make modifications to that, change it from a Gatling gun to a laser, either blue or red, or even a missile turret, which is even better. And we'll build that because it's awesome. And then move down to truck paints, where you can change the paint of the body of the truck to either a metal, blue, green, red, or key, which, I mean, is a thing. I actually haven't tried this one yet. Let's do it. It has some damage resistance, so what the heck. And you'll notice it does require a paint cannon paintbrush to do so, as you do have a lot of interesting requirements for some of these parts, which is always great. Now next is the pod. Now this is like with the capsule, but it is specifically for the truck pod, and it's one of those Vault-Tec pods that just gets chucked onto the back of the thing. Again, a useful player home. Let's build that. And then we have the truck rear, which is just, you know, change the back end of the semi-truck to a variety of different things. Either a just regular truck end, a crane end, metal, a rear sort of train end in various colors. I'm gonna go for, what the heck, the metal one here. That seems fun. And then we have tires, which you can change the front or the rear, and the front ones you can actually have a hover tires, small or really wide, or truck tires or truck treads, which are interesting. I'm gonna go with what the heck the tread ones here, so we can attach those onto something fun. And then the same thing for the rear, except we have a few more options. We have the hover rear, we have the different truck back ends for different tires on those, and the truck end with treads there. That's actually quite nice. And, you know, just the normal sort of truck tires. Now, we actually changed to a metal back end, so I'm going to go with the hover rear, because that seems entertaining. And then finally, we have a toolkit that we can add on, and what this will do is actually add a toolbox onto the side of the truck that can be used just like this toolbox we're in right now. So out in the world, you can make modifications to your ride. Now, we've already got some things going on the vehicle that go on the left-hand side, so I'm gonna skip this since we have one here in the world. But yes, that is an option if you want to have one of these toolkits with you always, which is quite nice. So let's go to, this is the capsule one, and this is when we now start to do stuff. And we can go on here with R, and we have this lovely UI, which allows us to do a variety of things. The first is equipment and storage, and this allows you to, well, store things in the truck as well as equip all that fun stuff we just built. The next is enter the pod or capsule if you have built one and attached it. This will then allow you to go into it, or of course use the toolkit that you've installed. And the final one is the defensive to activate whatever defensive measures you have added in. And then we have a reserved one for future things, but let's go into equipment and storage now and equip our ride. Here we go. And it works just like it does with equipping your people, your various followers. You just go over to the apparel category, which is where all your truck stuff goes, and just, you know, throw it in there. There we go. Let's just chuck all this stuff except for the pod once we do get that. So we'll throw in all of these things. There's the pod. And all right, so we'll do that and that. Beautiful. And you just go to each of the bits and start hitting T to equip it. There we go. We got our lovely cow catcher on the top, the capsule back there. Oh god, that metal key color is freaky looking. That's an interesting one. Like I said, haven't messed with that yet, so interesting. The dog horn, engine upgrade, hover rear, and the metal rear end. There we go. And oh yeah, we also have the bot front end. Beautiful. Beautiful. And so yeah, we've thrown on all of our various items, and here is our monstrosity of a truck now. Oh, I love it. It's glorious. Now let's actually go over to the other and add the pod to it. Again, just R, equip things, equip ride, and go to apparel and the truck pod, which we'll throw on. There we go. Beautiful. So that is the pod on the back end of that. And yes, you just noticed the odd collisions on this. Basically, the immediate center of the truck cab you can collide with. The rest you can pretty much go right through, which is odd, but oh well, that's just a thing. And yeah, now we have an awesome freaking truck, which if I get into, we now can fire a Gatling missile thing, and we have this gigantic truck. Actually, let's go first person to shoot this baby. Oh yeah, explosive rounds firing. I mean, it still makes the Gatling gun sound, but it's missiles, so it's awesome. Look at our beautiful little tree ornament that we have. And of course, just our giant truck back end of things that we can drive around the world with, and it's glorious. So let's get back out and actually mess around with some of the other options. So let's go back into R. Now let's actually take a look on the inside of the capsule. So let's enter there. And the capsule is actually my personal favorite because I think it adds a little bit more room. But here we go. We're now inside the capsule in the back. And if we want to get out, we can just go to the truck door here and get out. But we have this toolbox here, which is our workshop. So we can actually customize this thing to our heart's content, and it will always be there for us. And I love that aspect. This is my favorite thing about this truck mod, because you can actually build yourself a little mobile home with whatever you can possibly fit in, and that is a wonderful thing. For instance, let's add in, I don't know, let's something for cooking perhaps, maybe. Yes, let's add the cooking stove right by the bed. That seems like a you know, proper spot for a cooking stove. Beautiful. There we go, our wonderful little capsule. We have a bed and we can cook. What more do you need in the world? But yeah, you can just, you know, customize it. We even have power, as you can see right here, so you can add in lights and things like that. And when you're done and want to head back out into the world, you just hit the truck door and exit. And it is as simple as that. Now let's actually go over to the pod and take a look at the interior of that one, because, well, I mean, it's just a different interior, but it's still fun. Though actually, now that I think about it, maybe this one does have more room. I haven't really played much with the with the pod one yet. But let's enter that. And yes, perhaps since it is squared off, it might be a little bit more. But there we are. We have blacked out windows. And there is our workshop toolbox, so we can do whatever. And yeah, our lovely interior for you to do with as you please. It is quite nice. So let's actually just talk about a couple more things, and hopefully we can end this up without it being too long. Now, one other fun feature, of course, is your companions can also ride with you on your vehicles. Where did Dogmeat go? I need Dogmeat to demonstrate this, because he will actually sit up on the top of this, but
Dogmeat!
There he is. Have him ride.
Head over there.
The capsule. It may take him a while to figure out. It is a little bit glitchy for having companions ride with you, but
go there.
When it does work, Dogmeat will actually sit up on top right there next to the gun. Which, man, where did he go? Is he stuck somewhere? He's probably stuck somewhere, isn't he? I don't know, or it's just taking him forever. Like I said, it is a little bit glitchy with companions at the moment. Eventually, he should be able to make it and get on there. For the time being, though, while we wait, let's check out some of those defenses. So back into R and check out the defense category. Now, did I install some defense bots? I don't know if I did or not, but let's... Oh no, I did not, but I did do the dog call. If you don't have defense bots following you, you can of course install the defense bots as one of the modifications. You click this, they'll pop out, they'll be there for a couple of minutes, and then it takes roughly around 8 minutes for them to recharge after that. The radiation plume you can have. We did do the flame patch, so let's deploy that. Oh god, oh boy. Flame patch, do it. And there we go, fire for everything, and 2 minutes until dissipation of flame patch. Oh, Dogmeat's trying to get on top of the car while it's on fire. Perhaps I should have waited on that one. Yeah, he is trying, though. Yeah, that is unfortunate. But yes, that is the giant flame patch that we can do. Does it hurt me? Apparently not. I haven't actually tried that one yet. And then, of course, you also do have the radiation one, and we have the dog call, so let's click that. Sending out dog sound waves. Oh, there's one of the dogs being burnt alive right here. Hi, dog. He's come to help and assist us in a fight. Good for him. Yeah, Dogmeat does seem to be confused about getting on there. Let's get him over here. Maybe if we get him off it for a moment.
Move here. There.
And now try to ride, perhaps. Maybe the fire is actually harming him at the moment. That does appear to be the case. I'm a fool for doing it that way. Stimpack. There we go. Wonderful. Yes, and there are the other dogs at the defense of the truck. Always good. Oh, God, still another minute for flame dissipation. Well, oh, well, Dogmeat's, you know, doing his thing. So let's ride while it's on fire. Oh, that is wonderful. Perfect. And somehow I'm not taking damage while it's on fire, but we are shooting out flames everywhere. Oh, hey, companion is riding now. There he goes. Dog meat is on top. I guess maybe we just had to move it into a better position. All right, well, there we are now. He is on board and ready to, you know, sit there, because that is really all he does. He just will sit there to join us in our adventures. And it is a wonderful thing. But yeah, that is Driveables of the Commonwealth semi-truck. I really do love this mod. It's got a load of different modifications. Lots of fun toys to play with. Take that, Will, you poor, poor dog. And yeah, a mobile home that you can take with you anywhere. And of course, a lovely seat for your dog to sit on. It's a great thing. So if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, and I would definitely suggest that you go and do that, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is actually going to be it for today. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and of course that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.